Seriously?
No. Listen, it's not you. It's me. I just need to get out there a bit and just try out some different clans for a little while. All right? Just need a break just for a little while. All right? I'm not saying it's over. It's just I just need to explore some other ideas and tactics and stuff. Hey guys, welcome to this video with myself, 6 Plus Stevo, and Nasdreg here, who's looking a bit sorry for himself at the moment. Because, yes, I am quitting Bad Moons. Not permanently, as the thumbnail may suggest, but for a little while. And the reason for that being is that I just wanted to try out some other things. And so the other day I had a game against my buddy with his Tau army, and I thought I'd mix it up a little bit and try to take him by surprise and come up with just a completely different list from what he's used to. Because anyone that plays me kind of knows what to expect for the most part. I always play Bad Moons, generally go shooty, bring a lot of Death Dreads and Cans and Mega Knobs and Tank Busters and things, and try to go all stompy and shooty, which is my first love. That's what I've built my army around. And for the most part, that's great fun, and I love it. But it is fun to mix it up a little bit. And so, yeah, I came at him with a Goff clan army, and it was fun. It was different. I've got to say, I was missing those re-rolls of 1 to hit. I did miss that a lot. Every time I was rolling the dice during the shooting phase and I saw those 1s, I was like, oh god, I miss re-rolling those. But it was good fun, and it was fun to try out the sort of more traditional style Ork army of the Green Tide, just hordes of boys and war boss and stuff, and just maximising those attacks in close combat. And then later on I played another game against the Deathwing in which I took an Evil Sunz army. And again, that was really good fun, coming up with something completely different. And it's opened my eyes quite a bit, actually, to the possibilities of the other clans and the different tactical opportunities and things they open up. And I've been, up to this point, very singular minded in just like, no, I'm building Bad Moons, I'm building my whole army and tactics around that, and that's what I've stuck to. But after a while, and I think this happens with most people with any faction, your eyes start wandering, whether it be to other factions or other units within your codex. And it's good to do that. It's good to experiment, and by experimenting, these things may not work a lot of the time, as was the case with the Goth army I used. It didn't work at all. I got absolutely trounced. But it's just been good fun trying out the different clans and seeing what they've got to offer. And with the new way the codexes work now, where you've got these different clans or septs or what are they called in the Necro one? Dynasties. You've got all these different sort of sub-factions within your faction that you can choose from. And I think most of us kind of pick one and stick with it for the most part. And some people mix them up a little bit as well and use more than one clan in their army, which I have never done yet, still haven't done yet. But after having a little taste of these other clans, I kind of like the idea of mixing it up a little bit and combining different clans in my army for games, because it does open up a lot of extra abilities and tactical abilities and stratagems and warlord traits. It unlocks a whole load of stuff in that book for you. And I've got to say, Evil Sunz was a particular highlight. They are fast. And wow, really impressed with them. And after trying them out, I kind of feel like I want to have a little, sort of possibly a little outrider or a little, extra detachment of Evil Sunz within my Bad Moon army, because they've got that extra movement is, well, wow, they're fast. And it does help, especially when you're playing objective games and things, or if you're playing a lot of melee units and you need to get in the enemy's face quick and cover the ground, so you're not left with too many turns being shot at. Evil Sunz are really good at that. Really, really good at that. Yes, I was thoroughly impressed with them. The Goffs, not so much. I think the Goffs would work better against certain factions. I think they'd work well against Space Marines and things like that. Against the Tau, I didn't really... The extra benefits they gave me were just kind of overkill. They didn't really help with sort of facing that faction, let's say. But I won't go into too much detail on that yet, because another reason I want to try these different clans is because I make tactics videos on the channel and sort of share different tactical ideas and things with you guys to try out. Up till now, my experience has just been purely with Bad Moons, so I kind of want to get a bit more of an overall feel of Ork tactics and using the Codex and using the army. So that's another great reason to experiment a bit and try out these different clans. And so yeah, my plan for my next few games is to try out every clan at least once. So far I've done Goffs and Evil Sunz, so next up I've got Blood Axes, Snake Bites, Death Skulls and Freebooters. So I want to give them all a whirl and just see how they compare to Bad Moons. Because they do have a lot to give, and as I'm reading this stuff a bit more in depth now for the first time really, the different warlord traits, the different clan traits and the different exclusive stratagems that are available to those clans, I'm starting to see some really good synergies with certain units and things that could crop up, and so it's opening up all kinds of new possibilities to me. For example, one thing, I didn't use it, but I noticed that it would be a really cool thing to do, is one of the, I think it's the Evil Sunz stratagem, in which it gives you the ability with Speed Freak units to move after you've shot. So they effectively get the Tau's old favourite, jump, shoot, jump, and it was very tempting to use them against the Tau just so that I could, play him off against his own tricks. Yeah, see, you think you're good with that, do you? Yeah, I can do it too. And that would totally change the way I use units like Deathcopters, for example. Typically, I've always bought them in from reserve, behind enemy lines, and sort of, use them as a bit of a distraction unit and a threat to enemy tanks and things like that. But I think with the Evil Sunz, I may even be tempted to deploy them right from the start and sort of keep them behind terrain and things, to be able to sort of move out, shoot, and then dart behind another bit of terrain and things. You see what I mean? It just opens up different ways to use the same units you've always been using, and it completely changes the way you use units such as boys. Evil Sunz in particular, being able to move that extra inch and then advance that extra inch and then still be able to use your assault weapons without any negative modifiers was amazing. Yes, I did miss that re-rolling of ones in the shooting phase, because that does get you a fair few extra hits sometimes, but a big mob of shooter boys sort of moving and advancing up to 13 inches and then letting rip without any negative modifiers is very, very nice indeed. And the extra 1 inch to charge is just wow. But yeah, it's brought in a new element of fun in the games for me as well, actually. And I look forward to trying out the different clans. In particular, I'm really looking forward to using Snake Bites, because they're a clan, I think, and as I said in an earlier video, are kind of underrepresented, and I think barely anyone plays Snake Bites. And I think when you look at it just on the surface level of what their clan trait is, they get the 6+ Feel No Pains. And that's pretty much it. And when you compare it to like the Death Skulls, who get a 6+ Invuln plus the rerolls, it doesn't kind of add up and compare. But I think against certain factions, Snake Bites would really come alive. For example, I play against Thousand Suns a lot, which are throwing out a crap ton of mortal wounds with all their psychic powers. And I think having your entire army having 6+ Feel No Pains could be really good. Because your armor saves and invuln saves are going to be no use at all against psychic powers. So I think Snake Bites will have a use. So I look forward to putting that into practice. They've also got a really nice stratagem, which I'm looking forward to using against certain units on the battlefield, which I think could be really powerful, actually. And yeah, so it's going to be fun over the next coming weeks and months when I try out all these different clans for a while and just give Bad Moons a break and just, you know, surprise my opponents and come at them with something completely different, just for shits and giggles really, and just to experiment and also just to expand my horizons, and so I can get some on-table experience with these clans. And then what I plan to do on the channel is to add to my tactics playlist, is to make tactics videos for each of the clans and talk about some of the ideas, stratagems, traits, etc. and synergies that you can use, because there is some interesting stuff in there really is. And hell, I may enjoy it so much that I end up adding one of these clans to my army permanently, possibly. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But yes, I'm not done with Bad Moons. Not completely, at least. They're still my first love. They always will be. And I'm sure when I come back to using my Bad Moons, I'll be more in love with them than ever before. But we've got to give these, you know, inferior clans a little go, haven't we? Let them have their time to shine. But yeah, guys, anyway, I just wanted to come at you with this little video talking about that. So there'll be more clan variation coming up on the channel very soon, and some tactics videos and things coming up. But until then, guys, for now, this is 6 Stevo signing out.